Hello everyone, this is Sin. I am playing Dinkum today with Aldi Station and Emski Station. We are going to be playing Dinkum, and let me create a character real quick. I've already done this a couple of times, testing it. We haven't really gotten into the game too much, so I'm still a complete newbie at the game, but at least can make a character pretty quick. Like that nose and that mouth and that shirt. Sin, and the island name as chosen by my oldest son will be Roseland. Create character. A long time ago, everything went south. Almost everybody was forced to move to South City. The people of South City live cold and miserable lives. You were born here. Most people have no desire to leave. But you do more than anything. And you might have found a way out. Help wanted, looking for a young go-getter to accompany to my old home, Roseland. Voyage and accommodation will be your initial compensation. I didn't have enough time to read it. We'll just skip it.
We are now flying over Friend Island and will be landing shortly. All passengers, please prepare to leave the airship.
Emski is a pro at this game, so I will be relying on her heavily to help me figure out how to do this.
Looks like we've landed. I'll tell you what, I'm so glad you've decided to accompany me on this adventure, Emski. I was starting to think no one in South City was brave enough to join. When you were the first and only person to respond to my ad, I knew you were the right person for the job.
I love the
dear,
laugh.
look at all the
I love her
cracking,
laugh.
Emski.
Fletch.
I'll see you outside, okay?
I'll see you outside, okay? Okay.
So what we're going to have to do is once you talk to her, she'll give you a base tent. Remember that the base tent is where Fletch will be. Oh, smell the fresh air. I'll tell you what, it feels good to finally be back on Friends Island. Now, Emski, I'm going to need your help getting settled, okay? I'll give you the base tent. Take your time and find a good place for it. It'll be like our town hub. Take this map as well. If you have any questions, please just ask me. I haven't been back to Friends Island for a long time, but I think I can still be helpful. I'll be waiting by this dock until you've set up the base tent. So if you get lost, just check the map to find the dock again. Good luck, Emski. So there's the base tent. And there's the map.
Okay.
So just be aware that even though we're setting these up, you can actually move all the tents and houses and shops and everything when we've got a bit of money behind us and you found a more ideal space if you don't like where you're set up right now.
Okay, so I think I'll put you right there. Is this a good place for the base tent? Not really, but it's good enough for now. As Emski just said, we can move it later if we need to. It's perfect our new home here on Roseland. Of course I was the right person for the job. This is Roseland and I am Rose. You have a tent for me too.
So this is where you decided to build, huh? It's absolutely perfect, our new home here on Friend Island. Thank you so much for setting up the base tent. Oh, and guess what? I actually have a tent for you too. I know it's not much, but it will be a place you can call home. Now there is plenty of room to spread out here on Friend Island, so please take time to place your tent. you'll probably be visiting the base tent a fair bit. So keep that in mind while you are looking for a spot to claim as your own. I'll be inside the base tent getting things ready. Come and speak to me once you've placed your tent.
Yes, that
And
will
there's
occur.
our tent. And I'm going to place it a little bit further away from their tents.
Is that the smarter thing to do? Because I put mine right next to it.
It doesn't matter. Like I said, you can move it eventually when you get some money behind you. I just place mine a little bit further away so that I can put like the shop tent and the campsite next to the base tent. It doesn't really matter where you place them though. Place them where you want. And then we'll go back in and talk to Fletch. You found a good place for your tent. I know it's not much, but I hope you like your new home. I'll tell you what, you've got the spark, Emsky. You see, most people in South City are scared of leaving. There is something about the place that pulls the spark out of people. But I'll tell you what, we certainly aren't the first to leave. Have you ever heard of travelling Trader John? Of course I have. Who hasn't? He's a bloody legend. Trading is in his very blood. John got in contact with me before we left South City. He's interested in visiting with his shop here. I'll tell you what, we can't miss an opportunity like this. I reckon we get this visiting site deed ready for him. That way, we'll have a place ready for any visitors who come to Friends Island. I'll let you decide where the best place to put the visiting site deed is. Just be sure it's close by. We want the visitors to feel like part of Friends Island community while they are here. Who knows, maybe we can convince him to set up a permanent shop here. Be sure to talk to me once you've placed the visiting site deed.
And
So the visiting site deed is where any of your visitors will come. And initially, the visitors are people who you're going to try and convince to move into your island. And eventually, they'll have their own shop. So if I place it here,
this is where I decided to
it
put
should
mine.
be a place. And then run back to Fletch once you've done that. So we're all set for visitors, huh? Well done. We've only been here a little while, but you've achieved so much already. You remind me of my father. He was born right here on Friends Island, you know. He was a true blue adventurer through and through. He loved doing new things and keeping track of his milestones in his adventurer's journey. I want to come here. I wanted to come here, sorry, and try and meet those milestones myself, but I am getting a bit long in the tooth. I think she's meaning she's a bit old, but we'll let her brush over that one. Please, I want you to take his adventurer's journal. Please keep good care of it. This is your adventure now. So this adventure's journal has milestones in it. So everything you do on the island, once you've completed certain tasks, you'll get permit points. And that's how you keep track of them. That journal means a lot to me, but I think my dad would be glad someone like you is looking after it. But I have a challenge for you. I want you to try and beat my father's milestones. Some of these milestones are going to take a long time to complete, but there is no hurry. I'm also going to add daily tasks to the journal. These will be smaller milestones that could be easy to complete in just one day. Now for the good part. For every milestone you surpass, you'll be rewarded permit points. I'll tell you what, you're going to want a lot of permit points eventually. But we will talk more about that tomorrow. For now, check out the journal. I think you'll find that you've actually completed some of the milestones inside, so be sure to claim them. Now, are you hungry? I am. I think it's about time for lunchtime. I've seen fruit growing around this island and that sounds tasty. You go and find us some fruit, and when you get back I will show you how to craft a campfire. So first of all, she wanted you to check your journal and collect your permit points.
Oh yeah.
So as you can see, we've completed 2 permit milestones, camper and explorer, and there's a lot more that we haven't completed. And then your daily milestones, you'll get 3 tasks each day, and as you complete them you'll collect more permit points, and they'll give you a new one the next day once you've slept. So explorer, every adventure starts somewhere, and yours starts here. Here is a milestone for placing the base tent. So the base tent is where we are at the moment talking to Fletch. So claim that, press escape to go back. Camper, a place to rest your head, your new home for now. Here is a milestone for placing your tent. So now we've got 200 permit points, and if we go harvest 3 bush limes, catch 2 bugs and craft 1 item, we'll get some more permit points. So outside we go, and we'll go find a tree with some fruit that looks like this tree in front of us. If you harvest this, this has bush lime on. Bush lime is Fletcher's favourite food, so if she ever asks you for food, just give her a bush lime and she'll be happy. Once you've done that, go talk to her again. Oh, you found something to eat. Eating food will keep your energy up. Here is the recipe for a campfire. I found these stones earlier, so you can use these to craft your campfire. You'll have to find some wood yourself though. Feel free to use the crafting table in the base tent to craft a campfire. Take your time.
You get visitors camp either.
Yeah. You just place that down and that's where any visitors can come and see you. Obviously once you've done up to the nails and storage crate, we'll be on mine anyway, so I'll explain the map when you get here. When you are done, come and have a chat with me. I have a gift for you. So she just gave us 3 stone and a campfire recipe. Lucky for me, I managed to collect the logs before we got here. So this campfire requires 2 gum logs and 3 stone. If you click the arrow beside the one, you can change it to 2 palm wood, 2 hardwood, and then back to gum log. You can track the recipe by clicking this box here. If you didn't know what the recipe was or you didn't have any of the items on you.
Oh, does that put it in like the top corner?
Yeah, top left. So I'm going to craft that campfire. And initially I'm going to go outside and put it on the ground next to Fletcher's tent. Just be aware you can burn yourself on these fires, so try not to stand all over them. If you do, run to the water, or if there's no water nearby, you can actually just run around and it'll eventually wear off, or you can just stand on the spot and burn. It will stop burning you eventually. So talking to Fletch again, I'm very impressed with the work you've done here today. I think there is a great future for us all here at Friends Island. Here is a gift for helping me out so much. It's a bug net. I think you should take the rest of the day off. Maybe you could go catch some of the bugs around here. Or maybe you could cook some of the fruit you found. And then you've got a choice of I'll figure out something to do, or are you ready for bed? I'll quickly show you how to use the bug net. I'm sure you will. Oh, and before I forget, take the sleeping bag too. When you get tired, pop that on the ground and have a lay down. I'll tell you what, a good night's rest will do us both good. Thanks for helping today. I can't believe we're on Friends Island. I couldn't have done any of this without you. Well, that's true, because you've just stood on the spot, Fletch. So here's the bug net. And here's the sleeping bag. The sleeping bag you can either carry around with you and just place it down when you need to sleep, or you can put it in the base tent. If you happen to have friends coming to the island like I do in a minute, once we've all got the nail DIY and the storage DIY, they can pick up extra sleeping bags here and put them in the tent or sleep anywhere on the island. So we'll quickly drop off the sleeping bag, because I like to place my sleeping bag down in my tent. It's rare that I actually carry it around with me. If you want a sleeping bag in your tent and still have one on you, you can actually go back in the shop and get one. So you can actually have multiple sleeping bags. So now we've got the bug net, and I'm going to catch 2 bugs. Oh, didn't catch that. There's butterfly. I'm not going to say all these names out loud because I'll butcher every name going. So here's a really nice butterfly. This butterfly they don't tend to ask for in the daily challenges. And I'll try and catch a butterfly that they do ask for. Oh, I see something sparkling in that water. I'm going to go for that. So when you go into the water, you can actually dive by pressing E. And that was just some extra meat. So obviously either the dingoes or the crocodiles that you can see in the distance has killed something. Oh no, don't crocodile, leave the dingo alone. Wow.
Crocodiles
You
are
witnessed that, but you
mean.
didn't take no part. Yes, they are. They'll bite your butt if you get anywhere close to them. But considering they've just killed it, I may as well collect the meat. And I'll show you. Oh, that second to last spot was an item that you can find in the bottom of the ocean. It's called a freshwater mussel. At the moment, I'm going to have to sell it, but you will eventually get a museum to place all the insect, fish, critters into. If I just show you that, that's the pedia. So you've got 34 fish, 41 bugs, and 19 critters. So they'll all eventually go into a museum. So far we've done 2 of our milestones.
There's no butterflies on this update.
There's
We're sleeping until tomorrow. We captured 2 fireflies, 2 bugs, foraged, and hey, we're level 1 with foraging. Earned no dinks.
Wow, you beat me, Rose. So you've got a fly in the mine and a fish in the mine, and they're both new. So my details is where you can see all your levels, and you can also have a look at what your licenses are.
Jezebel butterfly, not.
No. You can also take photos. You'll get the camera from the museum, and you can also have animals, which are chickens, wombats.
So essentially, we need to do 2 days then.
You need to do more than that.
Ah, good morning, Rosin. Did you see that John set up his tent at the visitor site? I told him all about you and how you've helped us get set up. He sounded impressed. John trades all sorts of things back at South City. I reckon anything you can find on this island will be valuable to him. He'll buy fruit, fish, bugs, and even rocks. John also sells a lot of useful tools. He's got mining equipment, logging tools, and even some fishing equipment. Although probably can't sell you a lot of tools until you buy your licensing in order. You know about licenses, right? I'm just gonna say yes, I do, and I'll let Emsky, who is much more knowledgeable at this game, explain them later. That's
No
great.
problem.
I'll tell you what, you didn't need a license for anything back when I was growing up. These days, you need a license for everything. Luckily, I'm actually an accredited license giver. If you want to apply for a license, come talk to me, and you have to spend some permit points to get them. But if you keep doing milestones, you'll get enough in no time. As you get better at doing certain tasks, new license levels will open up too. Now let's see if there's a license you can apply for right now.
So this blue moon butterfly, this is a regular item that your visitors will ask for on quite a regular basis for challenges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start storing them up. And Rose just read out the next part of the story for us. So I'll quickly catch up. I'm going to go to sleep now. And then that way I can explain the licenses to you. So sleep. Are you managing all these?
Yeah, just about.
No worries, I just thought I'd mention. Oh, you're ahead of me as well. So someone is visiting the island, and as we heard a minute ago, that will be John. So first, I'm going to talk to
where are you? John!
Aldis has lost where he put his visitor site by the sounds of things.
Oh, right, it goes at the side. I forgot he just like nonchalantly takes over the visit site and get him a
Right, so I'm going to press no door about licenses and we'll read what Fletch has to say. So licenses are an old South City idea. I'll tell you what, you didn't need a license for anything back when I was growing up, but these days you need a license for everything. Luckily, I'm actually an accredited license giver. If you want to apply for a license, come and talk to me. You'll have to spend some permit points to get them, but if you keep doing milestones, you'll get enough in no time. As you get better at doing certain tasks, new license levels will open up to. Now, let's see if there's a license you can apply for right now. So as you can see, there's a long list of licenses here, and basically the licenses are your accessibility to tools. So if you got the mining license, which everybody should be initially getting the mining license so that you'll be able to make your furnace. If you haven't bought it yet, don't worry, you can do it in a couple of tasks. So your mining license will give you the pickaxe, a logging license will give you the axe, a fishing license will give you a fishing rod. Excavation license allows you to basically buy shovels. Hunting license will give you access to making your own spear. A farming license means that you can buy seeds and farming equipment such as the watering can and the hoe when the visitor comes. I won't spoil who. And then your vehicle license will basically, this one allows you to pilot water vehicles. So if you can, try and get your mining license as soon as you can, because it'll help for your next task that Fletch will give you. And I just purchased that, so I've only got 55 permit points left now. So if we talk to Fletch again. Oh, I almost forgot. I noticed John is selling a table saw. That's a tool I think will be very handy indeed. I think we should try and make enough money to buy the table saw from John. Here is my half of the dinks. The rest is up to you. So she's just given me 2,500. And if we run over to the shop...
Yeah, I spent her money on that.
I just ran into my tent.
I'm not gonna pass out these legs.
Into the shop. This is John. We'll speak to John. Aha! So you must be. Fletch told me you're the one to thank for getting this place all set up for me. Thanks for that. I have a feeling we will be doing a lot of business together. Take a look at my wares and feel free to ask me about anything you are interested in. Now, I make most of my dinks selling exotic items back to South City. I guess you could say exotic means any of the items found here on Friend Island. So if you find anything, and I do mean anything, you don't want, please drop by and show me. I'll offer you a great price for it. So the task from Fletch was to buy this table saw here, and if we look at the price, it's 5,200, and at the moment we've got 2,750. So we're gonna have to go and find some bits to sell. So I'm just gonna quickly place the butterfly down because I don't want to sell that, as that can be used to make your visitors happy.
I
And another
sold that.
thing.
My bad.
Oh, that doesn't matter. No, you can. It's however you want to play it. I'm just very hoarder-like in this game, and I noticed that one thing, if I could catch this fly, one thing they tend to ask for, visitors ask for, to make friends with them, is that blue moon butterfly, and flies all the time.
They
So
ask-
I'm just going to stick them two in a cage.
John asked
Yeah,
for a
I'm
fly,
gonna
but I
get
haven't seen a
friends
fly.
and take over.
And then a good way to get you start up dinks is run around the beach collecting any shells that you can find, and collect quite a lot of them. And if you do that also, you'll end up with a milestone called Shell Yeah. And if you get 10, you'll get 100 permit points for your next license. And if you get 50 of them, you'll also get some more. So my daily tasks are sell 3 bugs, buy a new tool, and craft a new tool, which we might not be able to do all of them today, but we'll try. I'm just going to run around the island like none tomorrow and see whether
Trying
we
to
can
find
make
the
this money
fly.
quickly. You'll hear them, they make a buzzing sound, flies. If you get close to it, it'll be like a little buzz sound. I think I've found my second fly, which is quite lucky. There we go. So I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to make a pile in between all my tents. There's another blue moon butterfly, so that can go in the collection. And then keep
Okay,
running around.
I've got enough permit points to buy my second license.
Not bad at all.
I may have wandered too far away from home base, though.
Eat
Got a
a
fly.
bush lime, bush lime.
Yes.
If you ever do get short of energy, eat a bush lime. Bush lime will basically give you a little bit more stamina. They're not great, and the further
Better if
on
you
in the...
cook 'em.
Yeah, you can cook them and they give you a little bit extra, or the further on in the
You
story you
also get
get...
some points for cooking too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's quite points for cooking to them.
Not bad at all.
Fly. Give.
Where did I just see that other butterfly? I've seen another fly.
Sell
I
goods.
see some more logs.
Let's sell all of these seashells. I'm going to keep that spider just in case it turns out to be useful. Very
They don't tend to
poisonous.
ask for spiders as much. One thing don't sell is your roo poo. It sounds stupid because obviously nobody wants to keep poo in the pocket, but it's actually quite useful. Further in the game, you'll be able to make compost with it. And compost is great for growing your plants. It actually means that they'll grow a day quicker if they've got compost underneath them.
Thank you for giving me the pickaxe.
There's the butterfly. I saw. And there's another one. Oh, we've got permit
3,
point.
5.
We've got 100 for 50 shells and 10 bug catcher. You'll get another 100. Oh, and I've also got one for harvesting.
Okay, I need one more 10.
Rosie's flying ahead.
I'm sure Aldi's already beaten me.
No.
Well, you'll both be
Just
waiting about for me because I'm running around like head to this chicken trying to catch up. But I'm glad I've taught you the basics well. Makes me proud.
Students are surpassing the teacher.
Not really.
Indeed, indeed.
I know, still a way off yet, like.
One
I'll
thing
say it
I
anyway.
don't... Oh, sorry. One thing I don't tend to touch is these kangaroo signs. I leave them where they are because they don't respawn for some reason, even though they're meant to. So I just like them for decoration, me.
If you cut them down, I think it gives you a kangaroo sign and wrecked it else.
Yeah, you can plant them somewhere else, but I like to keep them in the, like, just in the island until basically I make a kangaroo spot. Because you basically can make like a zoo out of like all the wild animals and obviously all the animals that you can buy in the game. And I just want them to decorate the zoo. A bit weird like that, but each to their own. You don't have to. You can sell them, and I do believe they are worth a little bit of money.
I'm just
Oh,
having a
Dom's
hard
not
time
having-
finding
Not Dom.
that last tin ore.
Oh no. Sometimes it's worth like swimming out a little bit. Don't go too far because obviously you've not got much food and things. But if you tend to go to like the island opposite yours, you should be able to find it. Right. So kangaroos are harmless. These I don't know the name of because I've never really dealt with them or hurt them before because I think they're cute. They look like hedgehogs. I don't hurt them and they won't hurt you. Turkeys won't hurt you. These black mews, they will. As you can see, it's already charging for me. So we are going to run away because I don't like them and they don't like me. Right, I best catch up with my students because otherwise I'm going to be here forever.
Okay.
And they need to join my island. So
Oh.
let's see whether... What should I do?
Ran into an alligator. Almost.
Gonna bite your butt. One thing, if you press M, it brings up your map. What I like to do is do the base tent, highlight the base tent. You do that by left clicking, and then when you go to your normal gameplay on your map, you'll always see the base tent. It'll be like shiny and you know which way you're going if you get lost like I do on games like this.
Okay.
These barrels are full of treasure, but I can't break them at the moment. But the treasure that you get out of them, you can build things out of eventually. Right. Let me just quickly put my butterflies down because I have quite a collection apparently. So this one's butterflies. If you left click it, it basically, you'll be able to put it down in a cage and it won't fly off.
How do I open my Never mind. I figured it out.
Tab.
Yep, tab. It's which one I was looking for. Thank you.
That's alright. It threw me to start off with because it's normally I, but it's tab. For some reason. I do believe now, if you go into your options, he did actually put, yeah, he has put controls in. So if you do want to change, like say for instance, infantry to I, you can actually do it now, whereas when it first came out, you couldn't do that. It's also compatible with controllers, if anybody wants to play with a controller.
Yeah, I'm playing with controls.
So I'm going to quickly just place these flies down. No, I just released the fly.
I'm having the same problem, Rose, as I've been can't find the
Just lost a fly. Don't do that again. I just nearly released another fly. No, I don't want it facing that way. I want it facing that way. Also, if your scroller isn't working, like the middle mouse button, or you just feel comfortable doing it, R and T basically change the icon at the bottom of your tool belt. So if you've got something in slot 3, you can press T to go to slot 3 and R to go back to slot 1. Unfortunately, my mouse wheel isn't particularly great at the moment, so that's how I'm doing it. Right, we're going to sell all this stuff to John. We'll sell everything but food
Okay.
and logs.
I have gotten what we needed to get.
Right, I will catch up very shortly. Sorry.
Technically, you just need to start a new day, don't you?
Make sure you sleep to save the progress, and then if she's wanting to join me, you'll have to wait, or you can carry on your map until I'm done. It's up to you.
Well, everyone, I'm going to end my recording here. Thank you for joining me on my first 2 days of Dinkum. We're going to be, when you join us next, we're going to be on Friend Island with Emski Station and Ollie Station. Have a good day. Bye.